Welcome to Minka's Journey, a Transition Story. I'm Minka. I thought we'd just do a little my journey today, talking about the what I've been through. We haven't spoken about this for at least 2 episodes now. um, but as you can see, I colored my hair. I like using the Nutrice. This is a V2 Intense Violet. It's a spiced plum. I don't think this turned out as well as it could. Next time we're going to get it better. It's much darker right in there, or not darker, more vivid right in there than it is back in here. I bring this hair next to it, and it doesn't look good at all. It doesn't look the same color. So I didn't do a good job dyeing all of it, but next time, the eyebrows. Now I get to match my eyeshadow to that too. So that's fun. That's way too low. Up voice, up voice. We're getting to that. So facial hair, we're getting there on the facial hair. Next week is another laser appointment. So hopefully these dark hairs that are starting to come in go away again. That's the hope, that this continues working and those dark hairs get smaller and smaller until they're ready to start going after them. Because she said as soon as we can't find white hairs, we're going after black hairs. Like, yes. I like my text there. I've been doing a decent job of keeping the eyebrows plucked. I think they're growing in there. I think they're getting thicker in here. So I think I got to do a little bit more plucking. I look at them and I'm not. They still look okay. They still look okay. They're clean. I clean them up well. But we want to do more on that. Excuse me. My voice is not cooperating today. It's been like this most of the morning. And speaking of voice, my voice lessons are over, but the practice continues and is ongoing. The voice, it's made up of the pitch from the vocal cords and the resonance chamber, which is made up of the shape of the larynx, the shape of the neck, throat, and facial structures. That's the way that it comes out of there. So we can do surgery to adjust one, but not the others. So I'm not sure. Maybe you music people can help me out. Is that tone? Because pitch is done. You can do that with the vocal cords. So is tone the other one? And you can't do anything about that. That's from the chamber. There's very little you are going to be able to do to change that. So sadly, that's where my voice is at. And I got to keep working on that. That's better. I got my little handy app going. I'm watching myself while I do this, trying to keep that voice up. I don't think it registers as well when I do it that way. I think it likes having it right here. And then when I talk, I can get it to go up and down a little bit more and a little bit better. But as you can see, my numbers aren't high enough. There we're starting to get into better numbers. So sometimes just looking at it helps you think about where your voice is at and where it needs to be. So yeah, I got to work on that a lot more. That's just something that will be ongoing. Women tend to have more breathy speech. So what they taught me to do with that was to put an H on the vowel stuff. So kind of like going, every time I go to the store, every time I go to the store. I kept that up pretty good. Every time I go to the store. But I was never comfortable talking that way. It's weird. So males have about a 20% larger larynx, but they say that the vocal folds are 60% longer. That's why the voices are so much different, male to female. So there is only so much I can do. I can change those vocal folds, but I can't change anything else. So that's just where it's at. So at church, I've really been struggling learning to sing some of those. I've never been good at singing hymns. Now, you put Nickelback on and I can sing that pretty good, or Saliva. Who listens to Saliva out there? Um, so I do need to get better at this part of it, and that I think will come. As I said, that a lot of it is the way that you speak is some of it. Males are in that more monotone voice, and women tend to throw more inflection in, and so ending on a high note and not a low note. You can see it. I can see it shooting up. I'm holding it for you, but so things like that are things that I just continue working on. So the other thing I was going to talk about was has to do with shopping, because I was so into shopping early on in the episodes, and I haven't really talked about that, and I haven't had anything to talk about, sadly, because I spent a lot of money on habitat stuff so that I could be a good leader. I've been not spending any money the last 2 months. I finally paid that off with another big ass credit card bill this month, but it's finally paid off. So I should be back to normal spending, which means that I should be able to get a few trips in here and there. So things about field trips, I'm still considering a field trip to thrift stores to show what kind of deals there are. But I mean, who hasn't been to a thrift store? That's not really exciting. People have been there, they know what's there. If you haven't been there, it's because you probably don't want to. And I can't blame you. If you got the money, buy new and buy designer, right? What was I watching? One of those shows where they're going after smugglers bringing stuff into the country and the Border Patrol. So this lady's coming in from Europe, and she's declaring $20,000 in jewelry that she bought over there. And it's like, what the frick? $20,000 in jewelry? She goes, oh, I just saw this sweater I had to get. It was $1,700. There's a purse in there that's $1,900. What? Yeah, there's one bag, a suitcase. But that's outrageous that people have that kind of money. Throw some this way. Wow. But so I've been wanting to buy more jewelry. But one thing I'm finding out lately is that I already have too many necklaces and I don't have that many. I only have a small space to put them in, so they're all just laying in this drawer. And of course, that gets them all mixed up. So I need to hang them up somewhere. I need to figure out a way to do this. And I don't want to put holes into the door of my nightstand. So I'm not quite sure. And I got to keep them away from my cat. So I can't just put a necklace tree up on the dresser because my cat would find endless joy playing with that too. So that brings up another cute story. The second cat I had, I got her as soon as I got down here to Phoenix to keep my other cat company. And she didn't like the small apartment that we lived in, or small townhouse. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhouse. It's not like it was itsy bitsy. But at night, of course, cats get a little bit more active. And I'd catch that little turd unrolling the toilet paper. That was so much fun. And of course, middle of the night, I'm not going to get up and go after that damn cat. I'm yelling at her, Missy, knock it off! Doing stuff at her. And I'd get up in the morning and the entire toilet paper roll would be unrolled, just on the floor. Well, thank you. Mr. Waste. I love it. I'm ashamed to say that I became an against-the-wall toilet paper roll person. I know it's embarrassing. I had to do it, though. It was a necessity. I had to keep that cat from unrolling it. So the first night I heard her in there playing with that thing. Oh, and I'm laughing. Yeah, nothing's happening now, you little turd. And I get up the next morning and she's torn the damn thing apart with her teeth now. She's upset. Why won't you unroll? And there's just huge folds of toilet paper, and you can't really use the roll. So sadly, I had to sacrifice about 4 or 5 more rolls of toilet paper before she stopped chewing into them so bad they were ruined. After that, you just had really bad sections of toilet paper. You get around once. But It took her a while. She finally stopped doing that, and I was able to go back to being a normal away from the wall roller. And yes, that's the way it should be. Then you can easily just feel it. Um, it's so easy to lose it up against the wall. You think you can't find it, but you're actually just unrolling it on the floor, and it's like, now that's too much. You're trying to roll it back up. Yeah, it's nuts, people. Just right away from the wall. That's the right way. Controversy over. Um, but that's about it for today. I wound up babbling on for 10 minutes, so I think that's a good episode. I'm doing well, and I hope all of you are too. I hope you're enjoying this. Thank you to my subscribers. If you're still watching, I'm still seeing some views. So until next time, I'm Mika.